Hello, good morning.
What's up, you little flesh bunnies?
Hi, it's good to see you. Are we testing out other community names?
No, they're little pickles, but they seem real into the flesh bunny
They do
this
seem
morning.
real into the flesh buddy thing, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I think they're on the same level of bad, in my opinion.
All hail flesh bunny.
No, we're flesh bunnies. Yeah, I mean,
all right.
Hey, look, times are changing. Lil Pickles never quite caught on.
You know, I think it did, and
You
I
did your
think they
best.
loved it, and I think a lot of them are going to be sad to see it go.
Mm-hmm.
And welcome to the first, best, and only morning show in the world. I'm Anthony Carboni,
I'm Saige Ryan.
and it is too early.
It is far too early. I'm a little tired.
You're a little tired?
I mean,
Because I've been up for a while.
yeah, of course.
I've been up for a while. It's 8:06 a.m. here. It should be 8:06 a.m. wherever you are. Go ahead and put an arrow next to your name in chat and let us know what time it is.
8:06 is my favorite politician.
We have got a lot of news for you today. CES has been happening. Not in Las Vegas. I mean, I guess in Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Is it in Las Vegas? Where do they have Justine
it
and
doesn't
Naomi
matter
trapped?
anymore.
Justine and Naomi, where are you trapped right now?
We're starting with it?
Blink twice and let us know where you're trapped. No, we're going to talk about some of that news later on in the show. But first, we've got some big gaming news to start off the day. We got some stuff out of Lucasfilm. Have you heard of Lucasfilm?
I'm so excited for this trailer!
Have you heard about the Lucasfilms?
I've heard about the new name for their gaming division just being Lucas Games.
Just Lucasfilm Games, that's all it is.
I heard about that for sure. And then this incredible trailer for a new Indiana Jones game between Lucas Games and Bethesda.
Yeah. And not... Listen, I know you're already saying, ooh, Bethesda. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
This is Machine Games. This is Wolfenstein Bethesda, not T-posing out of nowhere, swimming through the sky Bethesda. This is Machine Games Bethesda, and they are working on a brand new Indiana Jones game.
And they gave us just the tiniest little peek. It was so great and so cryptic.
We do know that Lord of the Jank, Todd Howard himself, is going to be working on the producing duties on this game. Machine Games is going to be doing the developing, and all they had to say is, we hope we. This is that tease that's like a couple years before you see the game.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because they were just like, oh, we can't wait to tell you more, but we can't yet.
But we have nothing else to tell you at this time.
We have nothing else to say right now.
I did enjoy it very much. It successfully got me because I was like, oh, what's this going to be about? Let's see. And like within 2 seconds, I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. I'm very
Dr. Jones,
excited.
please.
Oh, I'm very excited. I mean, look, we know nothing about it. I can't say that the game's going to be any good yet, but I'm just happy that it exists. I'm just excited that it's coming.
Sage is that gif from Last Crusade of the girl going like this, love you, to Indiana Jones. That's who Sage is.
I love Indy so much.
I too am a huge Indiana Jones fan. Maybe, perhaps even more than I'm a fan of some other things. And that's all. That's where we're leaving that. But
no, Harrison Ford, I love you.
woo! I'm excited for a new Indiana Jones game. It's been far too long. Far too long.
People in chat were talking about the original Xbox Indiana Jones game.
Man, what was the first Indiana Jones game I played was maybe Fate of Atlantis, the adventure game, the PC one.
Oh man. Someone also said Indiana Jones and the Temple of the Flesh Bunny.
Yeah, well, yes, sure.
Yeah, of course. That's out on PS5 right
That's
now,
a thing.
actually.
We're just free associating. It's the morning. We're playing jazz. You know what I mean? Super Mario 3D World, Bowser's Fury. This is, of course, the remake of the Wii U game.
Yes.
With the new added DLC, Bowser's Fury, an entirely new map with entirely new things to do.
Bowser's my boy. After Boo.
Look at this map. Look at this
Oh.
map.
And because I wasn't really a Wii U person, I didn't play this game, so this is very exciting for me.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be in that same boat, right?
Yeah. And as someone who loves Mario games, I just Wii U just happened to come out at a time where I just didn't have much for gaming available to me.
It also happened to be a bad system.
Yeah, it also was not a system I particularly enjoyed.
It also happened to, be not great. And one of the things that's cool about the Switch is we are getting all these Wii U games that people didn't get to play.
Yeah. And is it a big money grab for Nintendo? Absolutely, 100%. But it's okay, Nintendo. You can have my money. That's fine.
Now, what I love about this trailer is it does show Bowser Jr. working along with us. He's got his magic paintbrush from Sunshine, and he's flying alongside us. He's giving us power-ups. Those cats are into Mario. It's weird. Yeah. And then we have this super ultra. It looks like the evil ooze from Mario Sunshine has taken control of Bowser and made him into hyper mega ultra. He's like that Smash Bowser. You know when you fight the super mega Bowser?
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm real into it.
It's very good.
It's very good. Like I said, I love Bowser, and Bowser is one of my main Smash characters as well. So I'm very, very excited. I love Bowser-centric content.
Where's that good Bowser-centric content, she said. But this is what I love. In order to fight him, you must become Super Saiyan Cat Mario.
I love it.
Folks, this is going to be some good DLC.
This is going to be some very good DLC. And now I also feel like, if I'm honest, they could have called it Bowser's Furry.
You're fired.
Am I wrong?
Nintendo has been doing a lot of good lately.
It's true. Some very lovely indie games have been coming to Nintendo and to the Nintendo shop.
Yeah, the Nintendo portfolio team right now is doing some really interesting things. They brought Calico over.
Yes, thank you.
And now they've brought over another game, or they're bringing over another game that I really enjoy the look of. This is Later Daters.
Later Daters is exactly the kind of game you're used to seeing me play. It is a beautiful, wholesome dating sim about dating in. Did you say it actually takes place? It's just in an elderly community, or is it in a?
It takes place in a nursing home. Mm-hmm. You're an octogenarian, and you've got to find a best boy or girl. Yeah,
and it's super sex positive for the elders in this sweet little house.
I love it.
Oh my God! Right?
I love it. Here's the thing.
God, I love
the
that it
statistics
starts off
say
very thank you.
That the highest rate of STDs and STIs is actually in nursing homes.
Yeah. I mean, what are they afraid of, right?
What are they afraid of?
You make it that far, you're afraid of nothing.
You just do.
No chlamydia can stop you.
You're doing you. You know what I mean?
And doing everyone else there.
And everybody else.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? But I love this as far as normalizing. I love that you have the robot pet, the future robot pet that they're always testing on elderly people.
Yeah.
This is super phenomenal. It's actually out on the PC already.
Yes, you can get it on Steam, and it is it out on Switch?
I believe it's out on Switch right now as well. And if the chairs are a-rockin', don't come a-knockin'. I love the idea of sex positivity for older people.
I love it so much, and I'm going to play the hell out of it. I'm absolutely going to do that. I already went and bought it on Steam as soon as we saw this yesterday. I was like, yep, I will take one of those, please and thank you.
Sage.
Yes?
I'm a healthy man.
Okay.
I'm into health. My body is a temple, Sage.
Oh, that's not correct. We're lying. Okay, yeah, let's go.
Into health. This is a lean, mean fighting machine.
Are we doing an improv?
I'm doing a lifestyle.
Yes.
I'm doing I'm totally clean. I'm macrobiotic, and that's why I'm very excited that Subway has debuted a healthy protein bowl.
I actually got a for real shiver.
It's Subway's Power Meal, and let's just take a look at what it looks like.
Subway!
Hey Sage, eat fresh. Sage, eat fresh.
Eat fresh.
I'm
glad we have something to laugh about today.
Oh my God.
They took a charcuterie board Not even, but like a cheap Subway charcuterie board.
Like
a charcuterie board, as some like to say.
Like when you're in college and you are like, damn it, I know we're all broke, but I'm gonna have a fancy party. We're gonna have a fancy dinner party. And I'm gonna lay out a charcuterie board, and it's just Oscar Mayer all the way down.
Yeah.
You know?
You get a charcuterie board from the 7-Eleven next door. Yeah. And then you lay it out for your fancy toga party.
What is this?
It's the saltiest power bowl ever. It's so much salt you might die eating fresh. Also, sub what?
Sub what? Lily, feel free to use that as the lower third.
Please.
Everybody
Arby's about to sue Subway for stealing all the meats.
Everybody say yo to Lily in chat, by the way, our who edits our cut downs for YouTube. If you're not watching the cut downs of the show on YouTube, you should be. Lily is doing an amazing job with that.
Yeah, she has a lot of fun stuff.
Protein bowls feature all protein, vegetables, cheese, and sauce of any foot-long sub served in a bowl. No bread. It's just a sub.
In a bowl.
With no bread. It's just, they put a sauce on it.
Yeah.
You don't put sauce on the protein bowl. You're disgusting. It's just pepperoni. Pepperoni can't be a protein bowl.
You can't put pepperoni in your healthy bowl.
You can't do that, Subway.
You can't do it.
You can't
Stop
do
it.
that. Can I enhance? Yeah, there's the full-size version of the photo.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's
Oh my
delicious.
god.
Oh my god. So anyway, go out there, eat fresh, get yourself a healthy bowl.
Hey, eat fresh.
Hey, eat fresh. Good lord.
Also known as a salad. No,
it's not
that
a salad.
bowl is not known
a salad
as a salad.
is not 40% pepperoni. I see where you're coming from, but it's salads are in bowls. They do have green items usually, but they're not 40% pepperoni and Subway
argue
sauce.
that its makeup is closer to a pizza than a salad.
That's a pizza salad.
It is closer to a pizza than a salad if we're comparing
Welcome
ends
to
of the
Papa
spectrum.
John's, where we're not racist anymore, and also we've got a healthy salad for you. We take the healthiest pepperonis and hams and stack them in a 36-ounce Coca-Cola glass. It's a souvenir cup that you can take home. Then we drench it in delicious cheese and anchovies. Get the protein you need to start your day right. Only at Papa John's. Remember, we're not racist anymore.
Get you a pizza salad.
Hey, get you a pizza. Get you a salad that does pizza.
Hey, get you a bowl that can do both. I put this story in here.
Do a segue to this. Do a smooth segue to this.
Look, while we're talking about things that have improved our lives by the internet, you also have to keep in mind that technological advancements that have come along in the last many years and the inherent deep integration of technology into our lives makes some things kind of dangerous.
That's not a bad segue.
Thank you.
Are you sure this isn't part of our CES coverage?
So, an internet-connected chastity belt.
A hacker took control of people's internet-connected chastity cages and demanded a ransom to be paid in Bitcoin to unlock it. Quote, "Your is mine now," unquote. The hacker told one of the victims, according to a screenshot of the conversation obtained by a security researcher. The security researcher goes by the name Smelly and is the founder of VX Underground, a website that connects malware samples.
Incredible advancements of technology.
Apparently, what happened was there was an API that would allow third parties to make new and interesting functionality for this internet-connected chastity cage. And so you could add, maybe you want to connect it to if this, then that. So every time, your partner's keys leave or your partner's phone leaves the range, you could lock the chastity belt. Maybe you wanted to make it so every time the fucking Blacklist was on, your chastity belt locks, so your partner knows, don't bug me while I'm watching the Blacklist. That's my me time. So what happened was they left one of these APIs open, unfortunately, and a hacker was able to get into every single internet-connected cage in the world.
Look, I see what y'all are doing. It's not working. People in chat are trying to convince me that my mom has entered the chat, and she is not.
She's not.
Nice try.
We know.
Look, we're certainly not trying to kink shame for anybody who wants to use a chastity belt of any kind. And certainly we do not support people hacking contraptions around people's
flesh bunny.
But it is so goddamn funny. Just think about being the kind of person that has the ability to hack into an API of something and lock something from the outside or get access and hold a ransom and being like, you know what it's gonna be? Chastity belts.
Hacker was demanding a payment of 0.02 Bitcoin, which is around $750 to unlock the device.
And that's also like a small amount of money in like the scheme of ransoms. Like he's not asking for much.
It's just small enough where if my was locked in a cage forever, I would try to pay it without thinking about it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's just like $10,000. I'm like, well, let's try to get this thing off. If $750, it's like,
yeah, no, let it. Yeah, sure, whatever.
So a victim who asked to be identified only as Robert. That's fair, Robert.
That's fair, Robert. I understand.
Said he received the message saying that his belonged to the hacker. He was not wearing the cage at the time, and he looked and he checked, and he's like, oh, yeah, it was locked. Fortunately, I didn't have it on myself when it happened. Another victim who goes by the name RJ said, I wasn't the owner of the cage anymore, so I don't have control of the cage at any given moment. He got the message from the hacker, but no longer owns the cage.
You resold it?
Now,
someone bought a secondhand
flesh bunny
cage?
Yeah, well,
not to be confused for a secondhand Nick Cage.
Flesh bunny.
Cage is the secondhand Nick Cage. He's in all the direct-to-video sequels to Nick Cage movies yet you don't want to watch. He's in like National Treasure 4 and shit.
I'm gonna die. Can't breathe.
What? Okay, we use a spray on bowling shoes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And some poor person wants a cage so badly, but can't afford it. So buys a slightly used cage. You know, the depreciation, maybe it just makes sense, the ROI. Buys a cage secondhand and finally has the cage they've always dreamed of. And it gets remotely locked and they don't even know why.
Such a bummer.
That's such a bummer.
It's a real bummer. Everybody.
Listen, two things you always want to make sure you're being completely safe with. Your data, your
flesh bunny.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Two-factor auth on both is all I'm saying.
Earlier, Grumpy Steen in chat said, if someone's king is poor network security, then I don't know. Sounds like they had something coming, but it's a chat response, but it made me giggle.
You know, it's technology like this that's changing the world, and it's technology like this that you'll see at CES 2021.
Wow, what an excellent transition. CES is still happening, the Consumer Electronics Show. Typically, it would be happening in person in Vegas.
If there was a cage, a tech-enabled cage at CES, can I tell you, it wouldn't even be close to the dumbest thing I'd seen at CES.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Or the weirdest, or the most perverted thing I've seen at CES.
Yeah, sure.
Flesh bunny. Flesh bunny.
Cages are normal. Internet connected, a little less normal.
A little less normal.
Maybe a little more vulnerable. But lots of great things do come out at CES. Typically, it would be happening in person in Las Vegas right now, and I've always wanted to go, and I've never got to go.
I had to go for almost 10 years, and it's, oh my God,
Bye, everyone.
Stop. I had to go for almost a decade, and it's a nightmare. Vegas is my nightmare. CES is my
Vegas
nightmare.
Vegas does suck.
Everything is a nightmare. But I do love watching the news from CES. First of all, we have NVIDIA giving their keynote. You know, it's CES at home, so everybody's giving their keynotes from a distance. But the first thing we have is the announcement of the $329 RTX 3060. ray tracing for $329. And it should be in stock there. It should come out in 2021, which means it should be in stock in 2025. So everybody look out for that.
Yes, of course. Absolutely. Yeah, if it releases now, we can expect that there will be a manageable, functional website to purchase it within a few years.
$360 that makes sense.
Yeah, that's a big price jump from even the 3070, and that's great.
Yeah, that is I think what most people want, because that's about the same price. It's a little under the price of a console, which should make sense because you're bringing the other hardware yourself.
Yeah.
So that's a good price point. If you want to get into PC gaming, that's a wonderful way to do it. It's going to be available. Also, they're going to have RTX 30 series GPUs in laptops starting on January 26th. We have a couple of those to show off in just a moment. They also said that RTX ray tracing support is coming to a bunch more games, including Call of Duty Warzone and Outriders. So that's very exciting stuff from NVIDIA. Of course, more G-Sync displays are coming, which I think is good too. We need the price of G-Sync displays to come down. G-Sync displays are too expensive.
Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous.
They're too spency.
Too spency.
Too spency. This is an interesting piece of technology that is coming from a company called Mudra. I don't know about your branding, but do it.
You're saying Mudra?
This is touch-free control for Apple Watch. It's a band that feels the electric impulses from your arm to your finger. Doesn't put any electricity into you, just senses the bioelectricity as you're thinking about moving your hands, and does. Yeah, so if you get
have hotkeys for your fingers.
Exactly. If you get a message, you just go like that to get rid of it. You can like go like this to like play music or stop it. It's kind of wild.
Mudra sounds like a Pokemon.
Mudra's, yeah, it does sound like a Pokemon, and it does sound like maybe it's not even the form that you want. Like you're gonna have to evolve that Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, one-handed control. So it shows this. Boop, message gone. Or you can answer a call.
Imagine all of the fun things you could set for it too. Like imagine the hotkeys just to be able to be like, haha.
I love it. Switch tracks, skip around, adjust volume. It's kind of cool. Now here's a dumb graph.
Brain, motor nerve,
signals,
control, gesture.
We send from brain down to finger. Thanks. I didn't understand it. Thanks for breaking that down for me,
Thank you
Mudra.
for explaining that my brain controls my motor functions.
This is the worst illustrative diagram I've ever seen.
And she's just smiling at her wrist.
Well, she's locking somebody's cage. She's going like this.
And that's the shortcut, of course. The
Yeah.
universal shortcut for it, yes.
Not till I come home, she says. Not till I come home.
That's what that face says to all of us.
Got him, is what she's saying.
Honestly, it's a cool idea. It is. I find it really interesting.
Yeah, I love it. I'm wondering about, let me see if there's price, because I want to know about that price. Order now.
It's already in the...
Ooh. Now, would you pay $179? Because I wouldn't.
I wouldn't personally. It
What
is
would
just
you
a baby
pay?
for it. I don't Apple Watch. I'm not a great reference on this. I don't generally like Apple Watches. I don't want to wear them anyways. But I also don't think that $180 is like astronomical.
Yeah. That's almost the price of an Apple Watch, or a price of the Apple Watch Series 3, I think. In my mind, this is $79.
Really? Honestly, I anticipated it being more.
Really?
Yeah, just because there isn't anything like it and they can set the price for something like that. I don't think it's worth more, but I did anticipate them paying, like asking you to pay more for it.
Yeah, I just,
Alexa, lock the cage.
I just think that like, for what it does and how much usefulness and utility I see in it,
Yeah.
$79.
All right.
That's what I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm feeling. And finally, I put this in the doc and I said, Sage, you are not to look at this
And I
until
didn't
the
look
show.
at it.
You are not to look at this until the show. I'd like to introduce you. There's one of these every year at CES, but this is the worst. I'd like to introduce you to Mooglin.
Hi, Mooglin.
Mooglin is an artificial intelligence pet.
love it.
So
I don't see anything wrong with this. What's the problem here? It's precious.
let's. Now the problem is Mufflin has no appendages, no mouth. Mufflin has no mouth and he must scream.
I love him.
I hate it.
Really? You also hated the little sea bunnies I sent you.
You sent me sea bunnies, and I thought they looked like diseases.
I loved them.
They looked like disease.
Oh, I think that's perfect. I don't see anything wrong with that. Now, describe these emotional capabilities to me.
Sure, I would love to, Sage.
Mm-hmm.
So the deal is, he's supposed to like hear and respond to you in terms of like hearing the tone of your voice and reading the emotional content of your voice and your stress. It's also going to have some sort of Bluetooth for app communication. It's weird.
I would like one. Hey, everybody. Remember how earlier we were talking about potentially starting some kind of fund for like the weird bed for Anthony? Maybe instead it's for an emotional support fuzzy animal for Sage, which is $400. Maybe it's for me.
It could be for me.
Is it for me?
There's Mouflin, and there's actually what Mouflin would look like with Sage holding it. In case anybody was wondering the scale on Mouflin. It says here, Mouflin will choose from an infinite number of mobile and sound pattern communications.
It is a normal size guitar, and I am a normal size human.
That's a ukulele. She's holding a ukulele.
It's a normal size guitar. I'm a full size human. I'm a grown woman.
She was drinking from a thimble when I got here. And she was like, ooh, it's too much for me.
It's normal. I'm normal. It's nothing weird about that. It's not that big.
It's...
You need to stand up next to it. It's not that big.
Mouflin will choose from an infinite number of mobile and sound pattern combinations to respond and express its feelings. Yeah.
God damn it, everybody.
Possesses feelings. Oh, here's the Mouflin map of feelings. Can you catch Mouflin in its feelings?
I love him.
Catch him in his feelings. There
Give
he goes.
me a Mouflin. How can I be a brand ambassador for a Mouflin? I have plenty of emotional issues.
Emotions move across the map as a reaction to its relation with human beings, and it interacts like a living animal. It will evolve through time. It will realize different people have different ways of interacting and expressing, and will acclimate accordingly. Catch him. He's anxious. No, wait, he's sad. Wait, there goes Mouflin.
Barton Barbarian asked, what happens when he gets mad?
Oh no. Then you must initiate the Mouflin shutdown procedure, which requires 2 keys and an authentication code of 12 random words. If you do not initiate the Mouflin shutdown procedure within 40 seconds, Mouflin will go into Sentinel mode. Look at him run around his little emotions.
I love him.
He's so good.
A Kodoroku in chat said, Sage has many feelings and 2 cats that do not care about any of them. Please help her get a Mouflin.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cute. Now, Mouflin comes in a little egg nest.
I love him.
And you put him in his little egg nest so he can charge. He also has removable fur. There's what Mouflin looks like on the inside.
Elaki, thank you for that Mouflin fund.
It's, well, is it for, now we need to
No, it's
specify.
It says hashtag Mouflin fun.
I know we said that we were going to put up a dono goal for Lily, but hey, Lily, listen.
Emotional support.
Listen,
animals.
we want to pay you, and I'm taking this lesson from the great Jay Beasy, great Jeffy Bays. We want to pay you, and we appreciate your work. We do. We appreciate everything you're doing, and I know we said that the donations were going to go towards Lily and everybody who's helping us behind the scenes. But Mouflin do a cuddle.
He run around his emotions.
Mouflin do a cuddle, so we're very sorry.
We're sorry.
We're sorry. can't
We're
pay
also kidding.
you.
We're also
kidding.
We're also entirely kidding.
We're
I promise.
absolutely
That's awful.
kidding. I don't like what Mooglin looks like on the inside, though, because you have to remove the fur to wash the fur.
For his crawl, he has a little bend right there. I think he's perfect inside
Does
and
this
out.
does this ruin the illusion for you, though?
Literally nothing about it. I love it. I love robots.
That's true.
I love robots.
How's your Tamagotchi today?
The battery is dead. I'm going to have to fix that. My Tamagotchi is not dead, but the batteries in it died, which means it is paused until I get replacement battery for it.
So, I mean, listen.
I love robots. I love
I
little
do
robots.
too.
Honestly,
I always wanted an
seeing that makes it a
Aibo.
little better. Yeah.
I still want an Aibo.
You know, my heart was broken when I found out that Boston Robotics was terrifying and not lovely, because I used to love watching the Boston Robotics videos.
Can I tell you, when they released the video for Spot, you could buy the Spot development kits, I was like, I know I'm supporting war, and I know it's $10,000. Could I go into debt for this robot dog that'll eventually kill me? I could. I might. I shouldn't. I will. No, I mustn't. But I might.
But maybe.
But maybe we'll just get a Mooglin now.
So I would like a Mooglin is what we take away from this very much. I require emotional support more than I think healthy people. So therefore it's from me.
For anyone that's wondering, Mooglin will cost you around $400. They're on Kickstarter right now. Whoop, whoop, auga, auga, auga. We have seen these high-profile CES Kickstarter projects before. They do not always come to market. Sometimes they come to market years later. Sometimes they are not what you expected them to be. We are not recommending you buy a Mooglin.
You've been called out in chat. Bard Barbarian said, you literally told everyone 2 days ago to not go into debt, and also there are a jillion free ways to get yourself killed, Anthony. You did spend a lot of time looking into the camera and telling people not to get into debt.
Look, don't get into debt. But also buy a robot.
Do as he says, not as he does.
Listen.
The famous phrase.
It is my mistakes that make me able to pass wisdom along to you.
Yeah.
I stumble so you can walk to the store and buy a Mooglin. You know what I mean?
I would like one. I'm mentally ill and I would like a Mooglin, please. Hi. If you're listening, Mooglin.
Oh, gosh. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to get new episodes of It's Too Early.
And you can catch us live on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific on twitch.tv/PixelCircus.
Hey, and if you missed our last episode, you can do the clicky thing that YouTube does to watch it.
Do it.
It's old news, but it's still sort of fresh.
Yeah, you know.
You know what I mean? It's like when you have an almond milk and it's like, it says October 13th, and that's what day it is today. You know what I mean?
Hey, be sure to consume your news within 7 days of opening.